Let's talk about some ways how you can save when you go grocery shopping. Now, the first one, and the first thing that I do, I try not to buy duplicate items. So, this is what I do. I go to my cupboards and I look in my refrigerator and I see what I have already. And sometimes what I do, I write them down. And then from that list, I'll say to myself, okay, what else do I need to prepare meals with this list? And then I'll write a second list. The second list complements the first list. And the second list is what I'll take to the supermarket. Yes? And I don't spend extra money on things that I don't need to purchase or I already have in my cupboards and my refrigerator. So I'll be saving on buying the same items all over again, and I'll also be saving because I'm only buying, or most times I'm buying things to complement what I already have. So I buy less and I save more. The second thing is, and a lot of people don't realize this, but this is tried, proven, and tested, guys. When you go shopping, try to go alone. Yes, you go alone. Leave the kids. And if you're not able to leave them on their own or to leave them with somebody who is at home, try and see if you can drop them at a neighbor or at a family member house and say, you know what, just keep them for an hour. I'm just running to the store to pick up some items and I'll be back for them. Because guess what? When you go shopping with your children, yes, they're walking with you and they're walking through those aisles and their eyes are catching all sort of stuff, guys. And normally the things that they want you to buy that are not on your list are comfort foods. Guys, most times comfort foods are foods that are a little more expensive than the average daily needs or the average food items that are on your list. Yes? Those comfort foods, those ice cream, those whatever the comfort is for them, normally it's gonna be a little more expensive. And guys, these people, whether it's your small 60-year-old or your teenager or your husband or your sister, guys, they know and they have a way of convincing you to buy. If it's the little one, they will come out and they will say, oh, please, please, mommy, please. Yes? And they'll convince you. But the bigger ones, they have a way how to do it very silently. You know, those pleading eyes and those longing stares, guys. And then they guilt trip you, guys. You feel guilty because you know if it was reversed, they would have bought it for you. So now you're buying something that you didn't plan to buy and that you know will push your budget way over. So guys, try and go alone. Right? So you can stick to your budget. The third thing is to buy items that are not branded, or I could say the name branded stuff. Try to buy more generic brand or store brand items or brands that are not so popular. A lot of times what I find is that these brands are of comparable quality to the big brands. So for instance, I went to the supermarket the other day and the store brand, which was the Compliments brand, I saw a 100 grams of flour for $3.49. Guys, the Robin Hood, which is the brand, like one of the big brands of flour, was for $6.49. That was a whopping $3 difference, guys, for the same size of flour, same type of flour, regular all-purpose flour, guys. A whopping $3 difference. Same size, guys. Same type of flour. Didn't taste any different. Didn't behave any different in the pot. It's the same type of flour. Quality is the same thing. Price is a huge difference. So sometimes, even though we say that this is the brand that we like because it's of a better quality, what we're finding a lot these days is that that is not necessarily so. Yes, like 60% of the time, the quality is the same, or even sometimes the quality of the store brand is even better than that of our big branded stuff. So yes, we can try to buy more store brand and the brands that are not very popular or up there as very big brands to reduce our cost. Downsize or shopping cart. Yes, you know you go to the supermarket just to pick up 10 items, but you're pushing the big trolley. You're pushing it along. And sometimes, I don't know why, but sometimes, even though we reach the 8 items and we just need 2 more items, we feel that we should fill up the trolley. Look, it's looking too empty. Some of us are like that. Yes, we want to fill up the trolley, or we want to get more items in the trolley because somehow it doesn't look as if we're shopping. If we go to the store to buy a few items, please just pick up the little handheld thing that can carry the 10 items. Yes, so we are not now forced to buy more items to try and fill up space. Yes, that's the third reason. The fourth is one of my very favorite, and it's the first thing that I do when I go to the supermarket. I go down to the produce side, guys. Most times if I'm buying produce, I check the produce area first. And I do this because there's always a discount area or a discount stand where the produce items are. I shop mainly at 2 supermarkets. In my area, the markdown section of the produce section is 30% off, and the next supermarkets it's normally 50% off. Can you imagine? You are buying almost 2 dozen apples, or sometimes it's 2 dozen. You know those big red apples, guys, or the big green ones. Yes, you're buying a bag of apple and you can save 50% off that. One thing about this markdown section, guys, make sure that you check your items very, very well before you start to pick up from this section. The next thing that you need to do, you need to know when is a markdown and a discount day. Now, most supermarkets do it in the evening, but some have a specific day. Now, my supermarket in my area, they do it on a Monday. So if you should go to the supermarket on a Monday in the morning, guys, say around, they're open from 7. So if you get there about 8, 9 o'clock, you'll see a lot of marked down items. Now, these items are items that they put out from over the weekend and they were not sold, and they start to mark them down, and they do it on a Monday morning. These are fresh items, guys. Nothing is wrong with them. They're just marking them down. So get to know your supermarket. You can either ask your cashier or another staff member, when is the day that they mark down fresh meat and produce, and then you will know when to go and pick those up. The next idea is to purchase gift cards. To purchase gift cards for your store that you use. And you do this because you don't want to overspend on debit or credit cards, right? So the idea is that you will top up your gift card with whatever amount you normally use when you shop, and therefore you will only spend that amount on grocery items. The next idea is to shop online. When you shop online, for some grocery stores, they charge you a fee, but others, they won't charge you a fee if you spend over an amount. Most stores, if you're going to spend over $35, they're not going to charge you a fee. Yes? What that does, it prevents your eyes from seeing the other things while you go through the aisles, guys, because that's when you purchase. When you're walking through the aisles, that's when you purchase things that you really don't need or you don't want. You just see it and maybe you think that, okay, this thing is on sale right now, Yes, and it's a deal, it's a bargain, but you don't necessarily need it, guys, and it's gonna be pushing you out of your budget. But then you're gonna be picking up, and by the time you know it, you're way over your budget. Yes, so the best thing for some people to do is to just shop online. Yes, so you can do it either way. Is you go online, you purchase your items, you pay a small fee to have them delivered to you, or some supermarket won't charge if your purchases is going to be over a certain amount of money, right? Or you're going to select your items online, pay for them, and go and pick them up at the supermarket. And the last thing, guys, the very, very last thing, which a lot of people don't do, even me myself is guilty of it sometimes, guys. Yes, is to bring your own shopping bags. Now, I know, guys, I know it would seem like a small amount, but if you're going to go to the grocery store every time and you're going to be buying 5 6 bags, the money is going to add up. Yes, so try to keep some grocery bags in your purse. Yes, in your car. So that's what I do now. I try and keep grocery bags in my car, or I keep them in my purse, because sometimes I'm not on the road with my car. But if I'm not on the road with my car and I have my bag with me, then they're in there. So I don't now need to go and get grocery bags at the store. The thing is, guys, sometimes you don't know when you're going to pop in the store. Sometimes you really don't plan to, but you find some time during your schedule. You find a convenient time during your schedule, and you just do that because it's convenient to do it at that time. And guys, that is the last tip. Yes, I hope you will try them and see what happens. Until then, walk good until we meet again in another video or another life.